The last 4 or 5 years I was a film composer, and when you're a film composer, your primary job is to figure out what a director wants for their movie, and I developed sort of a methodology for that where I would sit down with a director. Typically you do it, the composer comes in at the very end of the process, and so you actually have the picture, the film is complete. In some cases they've actually put music on it too, which they call temp music. They've used other existing cues or songs they like, and you watch it together and you talk about the music. What I would do is bring a stack of CDs with me and sit with this director and play songs and get their kind of thumbs up, thumbs down to the songs that I was playing for them, and I would use that to sort of home in on what they wanted. And what I was really doing sort of in an informal way was mapping their preferences onto sort of a musical taxonomy. So I would leave these conversations with an idea in musical terms of what they wanted so I could record music they'd like. And that was the music genome. I mean, ultimately in '99 when I founded the business, the cornerstone, the basic idea was to codify that, that sort of process and that taxonomy of taste into a recommendation.
And how did you make the connections with the two other co-founders? I mean, what was the exact, did you have commercialization in mind originally, or was this more of a advanced vanity project? I mean, what was, I doubt, but I mean, how did you make those original connections? And coincident with that, how did you first do your first seed round?
So the first guy I connected with was a college classmate, so somebody I'd known for a while, and who by that time in his life had already started a company and sold it to Oracle. And so, yeah, so he had all of the kind of, he had the brass ring. Like he had been through the cycle. I think had a real sort of strong sense of belief that he could do it, which is a really important ingredient to get going. I mean, I was a musician at that time. I didn't have much to show for the last 10 years. Had not had any formal business training, still don't. But it was a big sort of cognitive leap to say, okay, I can start a business, which seemed very mysterious, and combined sort of the conversation with him and then being in the Bay Area in 1999, which was like the very heyday, the apex of the .com boom. And so it really, literally it was, you know, over dinner I said, hey, just shared this idea with him. He said, man, that sounds pretty cool. Let's get together and sort of write a business plan, which I think like a week later, we got together, wrote a business plan. And then before I knew it, we were out pitching angel investors with a business plan. And within about 2.5 months, we raised $1.5 million. For what was really a completely crazy idea. You know, our proposal to these investors was we were going to hire hundreds of musicians and pay them to analyze music manually along hundreds of attributes per song. And that was going to create a recommendation engine. So it was fantastically unscalable. It was addressing an industry that was in trouble. And you know, just it didn't make any sense. But it was the .com craze. This idea would never have been funded. Actually, we closed our first round in March of 2000. I think if we had started this a month later, this company would never happen.
And what